It has been 170 days since Election Day, and the votes are getting counted again.
A third audit of Maricopa County's election results about to get underway. Veterans Memorial Coliseum transformed into a makeshift vote count center to review the results after the Republican-led Senate ordered the audit.
Boxes of ballots shipped in, waiting now to be recounted by hand. It is the latest in challenges to your vote, despite no evidence of any kind of fraud or misconduct.
We have done every single audit that's required by law, plus 3 additional audits in Maricopa County. Plus, there were 9 court cases after the election that upheld the results. There was no evidence for any of the claims that were made.
And the latest chapter in this just in the past few hours. The Arizona Democratic Party filing a lawsuit to stop the audit, saying the company conducting it is mishandling ballots and equipment. A judge would have to file an injunction to get it stopped. So how did we get to this point? What does it all mean for your vote? ABC 15's Nicole Grigg breaks it all down.
All of what's happening right now is because of Arizona Senate Republicans. They're the ones claiming they need to fight to prove the election was accurate and say it's the will of the people who still have questions and don't believe the results, although there is nothing to suggest that they shouldn't. After Arizona Senate Republicans won a court battle, Maricopa County had to hand over more than 2 million ballots. But there are a lot of questions on what is happening behind the scenes, who is running and who's funding this audit, as many worry the team involved isn't exactly bipartisan and if there is enough transparency.
We registered almost 15,000 voters across Maricopa and Pima counties.
Pro-voting advocates like Mi Familia Vota spending months knocking on doors, making sure as many people as possible were registered to vote.
It's worth it because we give people a voice, we give them a chance to vote, we educate people.
Mi Familia Vota spends so much time on the ground, and now they're worried about the long-term impact of recounting ballots could have, especially on minority voters.
There's 2.1 million ballots sitting in a coliseum. The mistrust that it could possibly create, especially for the first-time voters, is not good.
The state's top election official, Secretary of State Katie Hobbs, a Democrat, having no say in what happens. She is like a bystander on the outside. She tells us she is not a part of it in any way.
Were you even invited to any of this? I don't know if you would be, or could be, but were you?
No. Hobbs says voters are the one caught in the middle. As for why should we care? First, there are taxpayer dollars being used. Second, the long-term impacts this will have on election integrity.
I think that what's happening in Arizona right now is potentially precedent setting for across the country. If you don't like an election result, if you follow the protocols that are in place for challenging those results, and you fail at every turn, you can still keep demanding what you want and you'll get it.
As for those who did the work on the ground, making sure votes are cast, it almost feels like a slap in the face for ballots to be recounted again.
This work was done and it's going to continue to be done. They're not going to silence us at all.
And to be clear, Maricopa County already conducted 2 different audits earlier this year. They found no problems. Reporting in Phoenix, Nicole Grigg, ABC 15, Arizona.
Well, as for the audit itself, it is expected to take 30 days to recount every ballot by hand and by machine. Our Nicole Valdez is inside the Coliseum right now ahead of that audit. She has been following every development which brought us to this point, giving you the facts and cutting through the noise. Tonight at 10, Nicole brings that expertise with an in-depth report on the audit itself.